Hey guys, what's going on? Shay here from That Student Life Australia. In this video, I'm just going to run over my top tips for area of study discovery. Let's see if we can keep this less than 3 minutes. Let's have a go. Okay, so my number one tip for area of study would be to practice some sample papers of Section 1. Section 1 being the one where there's like extracts of different texts, maybe a poem, maybe a feature article, that sort of thing, and then they ask you a few questions about that, maybe involving techniques and whatnot. If you can get your hands on a few past papers, it really helps. Alright, this next tip is about Section 2, the creative writing. Now what you're going to want to do is have a few stories in your head which you can hopefully adapt on the day to fit the question or the quotation needed. For me, I'd pretty much memorised an entire story which I already had marked by my teacher a few weeks ago, and it fit perfectly to the quote we needed to use today. So that was great. So have some ideas in your head, because you don't want to be stuck there having the first 5 minutes of that 40-minute section, just sitting there doing nothing. Okay, Section 3. This is the essay. This is going to be about a main text and a related text. The main thing you have to have here is quotes and techniques memorised. For me, I had a draft which I did a few weeks ago, and I'd pretty much memorised that as well, almost. Yeah, it fit the question that I had today, fairly well. So I adapted it as best I could. But I definitely couldn't have done anywhere near as well as I think I might have done if I hadn't memorised the quotes and the techniques. Okay, apart from those main tips, what you're going to not want to do is A. If they give you a picture in Section 2 for stimulus, do not write about the actual picture. So if they give you a picture of a duck walking down a lane with the sunshine down the end of it, do not write about ducks. Take the stimulus metaphorically. Do not write that you woke up and it was all a dream. Do not write about the HSC. Do not write about anything cliche, boyfriends, girlfriends, teen dramas, the stuff that the markers have heard 1,000 times. Write fast. Do not take your time in area of study as best you can. 40 minutes per section, 2 hours total. It's almost a nightmare to try and get through that, even if you already have all your stuff pretty much memorised. So, make the most of the time, write fast. But if you do get stuck for time in those essay sort of questions, make sure that your primary focus is surrounded around the body paragraphs. So in the end of Section 1, there's a little 6-mark essay sort of thing where, if you have enough time, you're probably going to do introduction, 2 bodies and a conclusion. If you don't have enough time, skip the introduction. If you have to, skip the conclusion. I mean, it's not ideal, but the major thing which you need to get in there is the analysis, the quotes, the techniques, and the comparisons. They're my main tips for area of study discovery. We have to do that again in the trial and the actual HSC, I think. So those tips hopefully helped you out. Do your best, study hard, and keep going. Thank you. Please subscribe, like, and comment for more from That Student Life Australia.